Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at Nothing But a Good Time by Poison. Now we're going to break up, the first video here is going to be all the rhythm guitar parts and a couple fills. And then the second video we're going to take a look at the main solo and the little outro solo he does. Alright, so let's start off here. We're going to start with the main riff of the song. It's pretty much the same chord progression the entire song, just with slight variations that he does. Like basically how he'll play it, the dynamics that he plays it with. So let's start here with its A major chord. Bar your first finger across the 14th fret on the second string through the 4th string. And then let the A string ring open with it. Now hit that twice. Okay, now we're going to come down here with a D major chord triad on those 3 strings where you play an A. Keep the A barred. Come down at put your 4th finger on the 16th fret on the D string and your 2nd finger on the 15th fret on the B string. And you're going to pick those 3 strings only. So that forms the D major triad. Then back down to A. Then back to the D. Then back to the A. So we have this all together. Okay, then we're going to lift up the A and just hit the open strings, the 2 middle open strings. Just kind of right in between it, so it goes. And then come back down with the A. Then we're going to pick now down to, we're going to add our 2nd finger here at the 15th fret on the A string. And when I pick the 14th fret here still on the D string, so we're going to pick that 15 and 14 together. Play that 15 and 14 together, and then move the 15 up to 16 here with your 3rd finger, and still pick that 14 under it. Then back to the A and D, then back to the A. All together. Then we're going to come down to a G chord. Now this is like a G power chord. So we're just going to have your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the low E string, and it's going to mute the A string with the bottom of your 2nd finger. And then the pinky and 3rd finger are going to take the 3rd fret on the high E and the B string, and you're going to let the 2 middle strings ring open. So the only string that's muted is that 5th string with the bottom of your 2nd finger. And then we go to a D major chord. All right, so all together. Again. And he keeps going here through that same chord progression. He does that 4 times. That's the intro to the song. The 4th time we have our first guitar overdub. Now, this guitar overdub is going to sound like this. Okay, so that goes over the very last time. So you play that riff that we did first 4 times. That's the intro to the song. And over that 4th time, we have that what I just did. So that's just going to be the 2 14s on the 2 middle strings. Then play 16 on the D string with the 14 on the G string. Now then come down and hit the 16 on the A string. Then back to the 2 14s. Hit those 2 14s again. And then do the same lick that we did before, which is kind of just what we did before, except instead of doing the full D major, you just go to the 14, then add the 16 on the D, and back to the 2 14s. Some more, it doesn't use all the high notes yet, so it goes. Then we're going to grab that same G power chord that we did, but we're going to do it way up high. an octave higher up at the 15th fret here. And then just concentrate on these top strings, which is just hit the 3rd string open, and then the 3rd and 4th finger there at the 15th fret. And then take down to the 14th fret on the high E. Hit those 2 notes again, and then back up to the G. Then down to the D major chord. Then we have a fill here, which is just basically a whole step bend at the 5th fret on the B string with a harmonic. So it's a little pinch harmonic, so you got to find that harmonic on the B string where it is on your guitar. Then pick the 3rd fret on that string, and then whole step bend now on the 3rd string, followed by the 2nd fret. Okay, so that's the whole intro to the song. That intro is also the pre-chorus, so keep that in mind when we get there. So here we go to the verse. The verse is just a subdued version of the, so we just now don't hit the open A string, just hit the, to start the verse, the A at the 14th fret across all 3 strings and slide it down. And then we do the, which is our basic A to D triad thing before. A little bit different phrasing though. And then we come down and hit the G power chord once, mute it with your right hand, and then the D, and mute that. So we have this. So that's the verse. I just played through it twice there. Then we go to the pre-chorus, which is exactly like the intro. So that pre-chorus riff, the lift that we did the intro was the pre-chorus riff. You do that riff twice for the pre-chorus. And now we get to the full chorus, which is this. All right, now we have, so it's just that D, the big open A string with that A chord on top. Do that D to A twice. Big open power chord G. Big open D. Then we hit this A. Now how are you going to do this A is you hit the regular A chord just an octave lower than what we did up here. Now we're down at the 2nd fret. But then put your pinky at the 5th fret on the B string and high E string. And add that high notes to that chord. So we have this. Now when you end the, so the chorus is basically that riff twice. The last time through, you don't hit, the second time through, you don't put your pinky down. You just end on a regular A power chord. All right, now that fill that we did that ended the intro, the second time you play the chorus, you also end the chorus with that fill. So you'll hear that right before the bridge section. So it's identical to the intro. All right, so now let's talk about the bridge. The bridge is just the same chords again. Roll your volume back a little bit. So we're just going to basically let these chords ring out now. We're going to just strum from the A string across to the B string, holding that high A triad, and then the G, then the D, then A, and again. Okay, and that's the entire bridge. So like I said, we're using the same chords for all the parts, the intro, the verse, everything, the chorus, pre-chorus. So now we're going to take a look at the solo in the next video, and there's also a little outro solo that we're going to take a look at there too. All right, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys there. Bye-bye.